This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, but having a beautiful Toronto background behind me because I consider that my true home. And I'm joined by Skittles.
Aw,
Skittles? Skittles, do you
Why do I have this thing in front of my face?
Skittles,
that's
are you here for some grandma's cookies?
yeah.
Skittles Skittles says, I'm here for treats. Yeah?
Treats are the best. Gotta love treats.
Yeah? Skittles, are you crashing the interview here early? Yeah?
Hey, wait a minute. Why can't I? Do you see that thing in front of my face? This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah.
No,
I can't get rid of. How do I get rid of it?
That's okay. I can see you. You're fine.
But I can't see me.
you look just fine. You look just fine.
I can't delete it.
Can you move it?
Go away. Okay, go on.
Anyway, folks, we have a wonderful show set up with you today because I got a couple of wonderful guests on here. I've had her on a couple times before. I met her last year. Her face is right on this beanie right here. Yes, folks, I'm talking about Pazuzu herself, Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist.
Da,
I
da,
got a
da,
couple of
da.
Exorcist t-shirts too, so there you go. And of course, we're also joined by her director in crime of Grandma's Cookies, Michael
Coulombe.
Coulombe.
Michael Coulombe. Yes,
Coulombe.
I know. It's all vowels, so it throws people off. And the B is silent. Yeah, my last name makes no sense.
Now I'm
But
pretending to be in Toronto. Where are you pretending to be?
I took this picture when I was in Slovenia. It's at Lake Bled. It's a castle.
Hey,
I
that
went there
looks
for my
cool.
birthday. Yeah, it's a
Yeah?
beautiful place. Yeah, it's beautiful. So
Did
I took it
Eileen
on my cell phone.
did Eileen jump out of a cake for your birthday as Pazuzu?
No, Eileen's never jumped out of a cake for me. Eileen owes me cake.
That's not what Pazuzu does.
I know.
Pazuzu doesn't do that. Well, she appears on people's stoves and stuff like that. Come on now, Eileen.
Their problem, not mine.
Pazuzu's got to step things up.
What?
Yeah, Eileen. Let's step things up.
How am I stepping things up?
That's right. No,
Yeah, and
she's fine.
I see that little Pazuzu figurine behind Eileen. I've got one of those. I
Uh,
got one of
My book.
those and the headpiece. Yeah, I had
My
the
book's back
pleasure.
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had
oh
the
yeah, your book is back there.
absolutely yes.
Hey, I
I've
just
got
made
all
an
that
audio
stuff.
book. We just did an audio book. It's not ready yet, and it hasn't been edited, but it'll be out there soon. For all you
Can't
guys that
wait.
Are you gonna get Michael to do the audio?
no, I did it.
Oh,
No. I have a great voice, but not for that.
Oh, and he
It
meant
would be
direct.
interesting to hear. What
He
is
meant
it?
Michael. He meant direct the video. I think.
Oh
I mean the
no,
audio.
it's already done. I think it's been done, right, Eileen?
No, I finished it a couple weeks ago.
Oh
there you go.
wow, how exciting!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Well,
way to.
So
yeah.
No, I
oh no, I
just
was
say
gonna say so.
it's another way for folks to get to read my book, which is not a horror book. It's kind of biographical, and anything you want to know about The Exorcist is in the book. But you can also find out how this little flat-chested, buck-toothed little girl from New York City found
Uh,
herself in the scariest movie of all time. So it's funny, it's sad, some of it's a little horrific, but I found people think it's inspiring. So there you go.
And
that's
Eileen,
awesome.
we're both in It Wants Blood. We're both in a James Balsamo movie.
Oh God, move on, please move on.
Eh,
My mom said not to say anything bad about anybody, so I'm not going to. But let's move.
Well, Eileen,
Yeah,
I had the pleasure of meeting you at Frightmare in the Falls last year, and I'm gonna look into that for you. Um, Between work and sleep, it's be fitting anything in, but nonetheless, I'm gonna look into that. But it was fun meeting you. I was there assisting Lisa Langlois there at the event from class of 1984, but I had the pleasure of meeting Eileen there, and she dropped this thing off for me. I wear this with such pride. This
Oh, the
Pazuzu
hat is
beanie.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
you can always buy them off my webpage. It's just self-promotion time.
this is
I apologize.
self-promotion. Yes, it is. No, I had a lot of fun meeting you.
Hey,
And
Greg, you to Detroit. Is Toronto close to Michigan? It's right over the line, right?
I don't know. I'm in New Brunswick, so I'm an hour ahead of Toronto. So yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
I think you're
four.
more
And
on the East
Michael, do you
Coast.
know what city is closest to Detroit, Michigan, in Canada?
I
In
don't
Canada,
know.
I don't know what's on a map. I think I don't. I think you're too far right. I think he's a little too far. I'll look
Because
on
I
the map
know a
while
lot
y'all
of people
talk.
cross the border to come to the show, and I don't know. Yeah, it
Right.
must
But
be
I don't know enough about that area.
coast of Canada. What I'm talking about
Right.
is
Well, we're down because the
Michael and I will be at a show called Motor City Nightmares in Detroit this weekend. And I will have a table with the hat on it and all kinds of neat things, Pazuzu figures like the one behind me in my book and blah, 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 blah. I even have Captain Howdy's green pea soup. So if you're in the area, come see us.
Yes,
Please come see us
absolutely.
and
Oh,
then come and
there's
watch
free
the movie.
grandma's cookies there. That's why Michael's coming.
They
There
are
you
screening Grandma's
go.
Cookies there. It's Saturday night at 5:30. I'm
There
excited.
you go.
A really good time. Yeah. So come check it out. And you've already checked it out, I hear.
I did. Yes, I did. We'll get into that, but I want to know
I'm
how
nervous.
you two come to meet because um, what pleasure and honor to know Eileen and being able to meet her. And she has just introduced me to you here recently. So here we are seeing each other
Yeah.
face to face. So how did you come to meet Eileen?
Do you want to tell the story, Eileen, or do you want me to?
Michael, you can answer that.
So my normal job when I'm not directing and writing is I'm a script supervisor. So I track the job is to track continuity, sort of help production be able to cut the movie in post production. And
Mm-hmm.
so Eileen did a movie about a decade ago called Pale Horse. And so I was a script supervisor and she was on that movie and I like The Exorcist and I like horror and we just got along. I don't know. She would just sit by Video Village and we would talk and she's like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Michael." And she's like, "You're fun. Let's be friends." And I said, "Okay." And here we are 10 years later.
And the
And
movie's
we
never
managed to
been
stay.
released. The movie's never been
No,
released.
it just got. I don't know. I think it's going to come out soon, right?
Yeah, soon. I don't even look
Soon.
like
Yeah,
that
no,
anymore, I don't think. But
yeah,
it was
that's okay.
directed by the late and great Perry Teo, whose birthday happens to be today, who just
His birthday
passed.
just happens to be today. Yeah.
Actually, one day he was there and vibrant, and the next day dead. Very
He
sad.
passed very suddenly. Yeah. So that's how
Yeah.
we met, and then I would keep running into her at like horror cons, like Midsummer, not well, Midsummer Scream, but also like Monster Palooza, and so I just keep running into her, and just so just keep just running into each other. It was just she's like, "Oh, you're everywhere." So how can you forget? Because we keep running into each other, and we just
And he
became friends.
mentioned Grandma's Cookies a year before we shot it. And I just got a little obsessive with it and kept saying, when are
I
we going
actually think it was longer than that. I think it was like a 3 or 4 year journey. Truthfully, we try to do it at one time. Sometimes things just don't work out. It's just how life is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're kind of shelved it for a bit. And then like every Christmas, she's like, "Michael, when are we going to do this movie?" And I was like, "I don't know, Eileen. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it." And then she had an interview like this with iHorror. My friend writes for iHorror, and
Uh-huh.
in the interview, she mentioned Grandma's Cookies. And because he's my friend, he's like, "What is Grandma's Cookies?" And I was like, "Did you talk to Eileen?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, it's this movie she's been wanting to do." And it's like the one movie I just can't seem to do. And he's like, "Well, can I read the script?" And I read it to him. And he's like, "We got to make this movie." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then we just did. I don't know. It was just easy as that. It was just one of those things. But it took like I would say 3 years, right? I mean, Eileen and I talked about it every year, and I was like, yeah, we'll do it. So we
And
finally just did it.
we all know that timing is everything. And
Mhm.
we
Right.
went for the universe because with Michael and Ryan, the producer, and his wife Heather, everything came
Yeah.
together absolutely beautiful. And they still had Christmas decorations up from the
Yeah, we
previous.
shot right at the beginning of the year, right at the beginning of this year. So
Yeah.
January 6th. Yeah.
Timing just worked out to be perfect with the perfect producers and Lucas, who plays my grand kid, who was out of school at that time, and everything just came
Right.
together the way it should have come together.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like that, you know? Sometimes it just be like that.
Yep.
Which is good, you know? I mean, it's if anybody's listening to the show, it gets frustrated, which I do. Is it really is just like that? It's like we waited, and I didn't think we were able to do it, and then somehow it just was time to do it, and it just fell into place. So it
Well,
was
I
great.
did watch Grandma's Cookies, and you want me to tell you what it put me in mind of?
Sure.
Okay, I'd love to hear it.
It reminded me a lot of Krampus, the movie
Yeah, that was
Krampus.
sort of like our goal in a sense. There's a lot of shots we sort of use as inspiration, you know, so, especially because like Eileen is smaller in stature, and our Santa is really in real life is tall. We've made him taller, and so we kind of wanted to show. That's why we like that sort of sideways shot. We wanted to see her feel sort of small in frame, and like realizing that like Santa. Well, I don't want to give her anyway, but you know, sort of like the evilness of Santa. So yeah, that's how. And he's sort of like an anti-Santa, which what Krampus is in a lot of ways, you know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they chose the absolute. They what Santa wears is not what we're used to seeing with Santa.
Right.
It's the robe, but it's dirty, and he has this long gray hair and this grayness about him. I mean, it was perfect, Michael, and I guess you and
Thank
Ryan.
you.
But it was absolute. Santa was absolutely perfect. The thing
Yeah,
we had
we were.
horror of.
Yeah, he was great. He was Brian was his name, Brian Forrest. He's a stunt guy, so we just wanted somebody big, big, sort of like how they use someone like Kane Hodder, who's just big in stature for the bad guy. So it was good. But he's also a stunt person, so he could work with Eileen and keep her sort of safe. So when they did their scenes, you know, that's what we wanted with somebody who did stunts. So it was great.
Like
Well,
that, it
I,
all came together.
well, I know
Yeah,
Eileen is good all year, so I mean, I don't know how she played in a horror film of Santa when Eileen's good all year.
First
yeah. She
week
had to go
in
to a
January,
dark place, I guess.
the first week in January is usually a very good time to do anything because there's no
Right,
conventions happening. You know, most films are not going to happen that soon to Christmas, New Year's. So the timing was
right.
perfect. We had to wait for Lucas to not be in school. He played the kid beautifully, I think.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's got huge expressive eyes, which really helped too. He's really cute
What?
and he's sweet.
What'd you say?
What'd you say? No, he's got like huge expressive eyes. Like his eyes are so big. Right, yeah. So he was great on camera and you guys did great. And then we had a young girl who was also in the movie, but you have to kind of watch what happens to her character. But she was also a victim of grandma. It's the
She
evil
had an
grandma.
easy part.
What?
Yeah, she did have an easy part. Um,
Well,
well, I mean,
she got
I
locked
don't.
in that cage, which was not easy because it was
Right.
probably
I will. You know what's really
but
funny about this is when we were thinking about doing the movie, we originally were not going to have. We're never going to show the young girl in the cage because I didn't know how we were going to pull it off. Right. So I was like, well, we'll just kind of shoot over the cage and we could just assume someone's in there. And then when I was at Ryan's house and we were discussing the movie, Ryan's like, "Hear me out. We have a cage. It just happens to be a dog cage. Now their dog is small, but this cage is huge. And they're like, we just found this wooden cage and we don't know. We thought we might need it one day. I mean, it was so serendipitous how it fell. And it was huge. And I'm like, why do you have this thing? And he's like, I don't know. We just found it on the side of the road and we thought we might need it. And so the young girl was there because she was the daughter of the guy that was editing the movie. And we're like, Emily, can you fit in this cage? And she went in and she fit, it was perfect. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to have the young girl now. So It was just easy as that, but it was just so random. They just happened to have this cage. We didn't have to find it. We didn't have to buy it. We literally just already had it. So,
Well,
like you
Gilbert,
said, it's just crazy how things work out.
Greg, tell us what you thought of the movie. But before you do that, Michael, for a director, your face is in total shadow. Just so you know.
I know it's because I have, you know what it is in my room. I have this light, and I have a hat on here. I might take my hat off. But I just
Uh,
wanted to wear I have a grandma's cookies hat. That's why.
no. But now your face is still in shadow. Your hair
Well,
isn't.
it's because I have, you know
Doesn't
what? I have recessed lighting here in my room.
doesn't matter. I just wanted to tell you. So,
But
Greg,
you're the star.
movie.
You're the star. We want to see your face.
Yes, Eileen, we want to see your face.
I'm here.
You're the star.
Tell us what you thought of the movie.
Yeah, we're ready.
What did I thought of the movie? I enjoyed it, and I'll tell you, it reminded me a lot of Krampus, which I saw in theaters when that came out, and I often said, for number one, of course, you created the Christmas atmosphere, and that worked out beautifully. I gotta say, Eileen, you were perfect for this part.
I love it.
Somebody who's very, very inviting, but can have an ominous side if need be. Never uses it with me because,
Well,
but
I think that's what was so great about it is I know Eileen as being like this sweet person because I've known her for so long. But even
uh-huh.
when we were on set and she was delivering the lines, we're just like, I was looking at the crew. We're just like, oh my God, Eileen's scaring me right now. Like, it was just so interesting to see this different side of her because I've known her for so long, and we've worked together. And what's interesting, I think, as compared to her other movies, is we didn't hire her to be like a witch or a demon. She was just a sweet old lady, but she also had like this really long monologue. Like, it was, I felt like this is probably one of the few movies where she was very character driven, right? As opposed to, right? I think, would you say that? Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff you do is
Yeah, but you also,
because you're always telling me like I'm playing a witch, I'm playing a demon.
directors, besides knowing technically, hopefully, what they're doing with cameras and lights and stuff, has a really good crew about them. Michael, you created a really safe place, and actors need a safe place so that they can do what they
Oh,
want and know the director's on you. So that if you're going overboard or
yeah.
taking up space, or I can't think of the word
Oh,
right now,
Eileen, you're so sweet.
the director's
Okay,
there.
I need the soundbite. I need a soundbite, Chris. Okay. No, that's very sweet of you. And you were great on set to work with because, like, I think that was the thing is because we've known each other for so long. So I think you and I just already feel comfortable around each other, and so I think it was nice. Like, there's no ego. We just go on set. We all have the same goal in mind, which is we just want to make a movie, right? We want to have a good time making it. And
Especially those monologues at 2:45 in the morning.
I know, God, we had to shoot the kids out, so we had to shoot her monologue last, and very professional. That you, I mean, you were just there, you did it, you nailed it, and
Oh,
um, I'm very happy. I mean,
we keep
I wish we had longer
interrupting.
to shoot it.
We keep interrupting Greg. So besides being like
Sorry,
Pam,
Greg, that was very mean of us. Sorry, Greg.
what
No,
else?
no, no, no. People want to hear you guys, not me.
They want to know what you thought of the movie because
Yeah.
obviously they tune in.
I thought the movie was terrific, very well done. It I found it surprising. It went
Oh,
places I didn't
yeah,
think it was gonna go, and I won't give anything away there, but
yeah.
it went places I didn't think it was gonna go. But I don't know what the budget was like, but it looked bigger than on surface levels. So
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
our DP Sandy was phenomenal because she actually teaches cinematography at Loyola Marymount.
Hmm.
And so like, and we were talking, and I said, I've been doing so many movies for so long, and I said I want to up my game for 2024. So sort of what happened is my mother passed away last year, and she was like my biggest fan, and so I
Hmm.
sort of like hit 2023 like I feel like I just paused everything, and then I just made the decision of going into 2024 that I really wanted to do everything sort of in her memory and honor, you know. And so when I was talking to my DP, I said, I really want this movie to feel cinematic because I can make movies and I want to show people that I know how to make movies and I want to work with people that I love working with. And so I don't know, we just sat down and she created a lookbook based on the movie. And then it wasn't that she just created a lookbook, she actually went and delivered at the same time, which I thought was amazing. So and we only shot this movie in one night. We should have shot it in two, and we did it in one. And so being the fact that we shot this movie in one night is, I mean,
Crazy.
it like still blows my mind. It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
But we didn't feel
I
rushed.
know.
We really
No.
didn't feel rushed. We felt like, if we had to do a couple takes on something, that was fine. Yeah, we didn't feel rushed.
Right.
It was certainly one night. And
Yeah.
hey,
It was certainly one night.
we've been getting such amazing reviews that I swear I couldn't have written it myself. The reviews were so good I couldn't have written them better. And we
Yeah.
just won the prize at the festival for the best horror film or just best film.
That's for a short. Yeah. I know. Ohio.
Ohio. So that's always really nice. And we're going to show it up in Michigan this coming weekend at Motor City Nightmares. So again, Greg, when
It's
will this interview be out? Immediately?
I don't know, but I'll send it out to you guys.
I don't care about that. I want your viewers to see it before this weekend.
I know. Well, okay. What I'll do is I'll send you the links, both of you, and you guys can
Okay.
put it out, Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
also playing at Midsummer Scream in Long Beach, but we're gonna have more. We're gonna have more festivals because it's also playing at Ohio TerraCon in August, and we are just now starting to hit the festival circuit. So a lot, because it's a horror film. I think between August and but also because it's Christmas, I submitted to a few Christmas things. So I think for the next 5 months, you're gonna start seeing more and more screenings. That's kind of like our goal. So we're just now starting getting announcements. So people, I definitely think it's going to be out there. I definitely think it's going to. Eventually, it's going to be online and available to people. But we want you guys to come see it on the big screen. That's where you want to see it, on the big screen, right? We saw it in LA and it looked amazing.
Yeah, it
In a big
did.
theater, it was exciting. Like it was all. I mean, when we did a close up of Eileen's face, it was like 40 feet. I've never seen Eileen's face before. 40 feet. It was huge. And I was like, "That's Eileen." So imagine that face on your hat, but 40 feet high.
Without
tell
makeup.
me, Eileen, did your friend Nancy McLaughlin go see it?
I haven't spoken to Nancy. I spoke to her ex-husband. It was just his birthday. But I haven't spoken.
Oh.
I talked to her just this past week.
Yeah. No, I've
Yeah.
known them both for a very, very long time. We took it
I
back
love Nancy.
in
Yeah. Love
in
Nancy.
the late 70s. No, I think it was the early 80s that we took the class together with an incredible teacher named Don Houghton, and he's also passed.
Mhm.
My mother always said the thing about getting older is more and more people die that you know.
You gotta stop doing that stuff.
And moving on.
So I will tell you. What
Well,
is it?
I was going to say,
Michael, how are people going to see it that don't go to conventions or festivals? Will it be online?
Yeah, that's our eventual goal. Unless it gets distributed. Sometimes short films can get distribution, but until then, after the festival circuit's done, yeah, our goal is to keep it online, just so people can find it.
Okay.
It's gonna because the goal is we want every Christmas we want you to watch the movie. It's only 10 minutes, so I mean, I watch a lot of the same Christmas horror movies and every year, so why not just make this part of your library?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
And
Yeah.
well, I mean, I have a lot of fans, maybe all 5,000 people who will see it. Or there's something
Yeah.
like that on YouTube, like a short film.
Yeah, we can put it on YouTube. I mean, it's on Vimeo right now for the festival circuit, but we can put it on YouTube. But I also don't know if there's some places that do distribute short films. I just don't know what life it's going to have yet until after the festival. But I think all of the reviews that we're getting on it and awards we're winning will really help it get its audience.
I think on YouTube you get something back, don't you? If enough people see it,
If enough people see it, yeah.
or something like that.
It is on YouTube now. I have it on a hidden link just so I can send it to people in the industry should I need to. but like it's not live right now
Right.
because there's
Hey,
because we're doing the festival circuit. It can't be.
can I insert here for a second? You can see a double bill. I just won a trophy for best villain in a film for another film I did called Beverly Hills Exorcist.
That's
And
right. You and played with Grandma's Cookies too in Indiana.
the festival. So I'm the best villain in a film that makes grandma's cookies.
So did the
It's funny
Beverly
you played
Hills
two
Exorcist?
villains.
But that
Did the
was quite
Beverly
Yeah.
Hills Exorcist have to fight the Beverly Hills Cop?
yeah. I think
Oh,
the
that'd be
name
funny.
weird, and I'm not sure that it has anything to do with The Exorcist, but it should make people want to see it, I guess. I play a disembodied head, so that's close to The Exorcist because instead of spinning my head, it's all by itself.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, in Indiana, Days of the Dead, that Grandma's Cookies and Beverly Hills Exorcist played in the same block. So it was like the Eileen hour.
Yeah, how
Yep.
You
did
had
she
two movies, and
play?
then she won Best Villain for that movie.
It's
That's
like
kind of
the
cool.
Oscars. I'm competing against myself with the film.
Hey,
So
I mean,
anyway,
there are worse things you could do. Competing against yourself is not a bad thing,
yeah, but anyway, thank you
right?
for letting me promote that film. It is playing in LA. It plays something called the Burbank International Festival at the end of September. So all you
Nice.
people who are near us can go see it as well.
I'm
There
gonna go
you
check it
go.
out because I have another friend in the movie too, Ryan Kendrick. I know he's been on the show, so I want to see it for both of you guys.
Say what? Say what? What?
I think my friend Ryan Kendrick is also in the movie, and so I want to go and support both of you guys.
Oh, I never worked
Yeah,
with the other actors. It was all just by myself in green screens.
just just your head.
Just my head.
So that's funny.
Kind of
That's
like
cool. I can't wait to see it.
Robin Williams in that Terry Gilliam movie.
Yeah, right.
His head just floating around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they see the head is trying to get out of this room where I'm trapped. So I try everything, imploring, begging, crying, um, bullying,
When
you
you
know, scaring.
when you
I
get
do everything
released, do you get your whole body back?
in the room. And I guess I'm really mean if I won the best villain.
Uh,
Actually, I haven't seen the whole thing yet. So I'm waiting to see
well,
it.
let's go. Let's go check it out, Eileen. Let's go see your movie.
Okay.
It'll be
So,
Michael, you
fun.
come
When
25th. Circle the date.
I'll write it down right now.
Okay. Greg, you can
so
come.
shooting Grandma's Cookies, did you guys have a hard time keeping into the Christmas spirit when it wasn't Christmas?
You know, we only we shot like right in the New Year, so January 6th. So I mean, yes and no. Like, but I lived in that movie for at least 2 months, so I feel like I was in the Christmas spirit before that, right? And I was at their house so often. I actually felt bad because they had to leave all their Christmas decorations up, but then we also had to go back and shoot some insert stuff that we just didn't get, and we couldn't go up for another couple of weeks. So I mean, I have to be honest, they left the Christmas up well into January, and I can tell you, like after we shot the insert shots, they tore everything down. They could not wait. So I don't think so.
Did I know
I
people
feel
that's
like we were
kept
in the
their
Christmas
Christmas
spirit,
decorations up well into June.
I was going to say that. I
right?
have somebody who keeps his tree up until Oscar time because he has a party for the
Oh,
Oscar. So he keeps his tree up until he has to take it down.
that's really
We
funny.
take ours down
Well,
a day early because we're off to Las Vegas to bet college football and the pros on like the
yeah,
27th. So our tree's the first one on the street.
So Michael,
I feel like we. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say you've done a lot of short films and fantastic, and
Yeah,
what I want
thank
to
you.
know, are you eventually going to do a feature?
Yeah, that's my goal. I am attached to a
That
couple of
needs to
features
have.
now. Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
have to have
actually am attached to.
Marlene. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is it's a lot of things happened in the last couple of years because I would have
Hmm.
probably already done one, but because we had the writer strike and the actor strike that kind of pushed everything. So people got scared. And then going into the new year, that's kind of why I think that's why we decided to do Grandma's Cookies, was just because I wanted to keep working as a director until
Yeah.
basically the shit settled down. But then we also sort of like streaming is slowing down. Like film is just slowing down in general, just with the streaming everything. It's sort of like everybody's sort of figuring out what is happening. But then also we were facing another strike with the crew that it looks like we might divert. We still don't know. I mean,
No,
we ratified the contract.
I actually agreed to the contract. There will be no strike.
Yeah.
And for those
Well,
of
but
you,
I think they're right. But I think the Teamsters are the only ones that have a different contract. We're just waiting for them. But I think now that we ratify,
they're not part of IATSE. The Teamsters.
right. But I think they have their own contract. I don't know. We'll see. But from my understanding is, what is it?
No, I said I think it's going to be fine, and
Yeah.
show
And
business really has to get back on their feet after the pandemic and the strike. It
right.
took a power blow.
Yeah.
Lots of people aren't working, so those of us who found a way to work and to keep moving despite everything that was going on, and films got waivers to shoot, even though everybody was on strike. So it was good that we kept moving.
Right. So I think now that everything's sort of moving forward, I feel like it's going to happen. I feel confident. Not gonna lie, but I think you're going to start seeing.
Didn't you just get funding for a feature that you're going to direct?
No, Riker's it's a concept piece. Riker is a concept piece. I was like I said, we could talk. No, Riker is it's a concept piece. We were just doing it because we were just trying to fill time while everybody was striking. So, but I am attached to some features. Actually, when I get off this call, I have another call about a project. So, I mean, I'm moving forward. It's just, hang on, you guys. It's going to be a crazy ride. That's all I can say.
It's always about money.
That's my goal.
Just always about
It is about money. But I think people are starting to feel a little more confident now about the industry. I think there was so much uncertainty for a while that people were just like, I'll just wait. And I think that was what was scary, and people it was so uncertain. But I feel a little bit better now. So,
well, Grandma's Cookies, it was certainly a good-looking movie. It was nice and slick, and the performances were great in it. So I definitely.
Eileen was phenomenal.
Yep, I think you've got your work cut out for you, and a lot of people start with short films. That's how they cut their teeth in the business, and
right, yeah.
Yeah, you've done a lot of short films, and
I have, yeah.
Yep, and I know people like right here in the city that just do short films. They're easy to do. They're well, depending on the budget, but you can churn them out quickly and not as time consuming.
I just get antsy. Yeah, I just get antsy, and I like creating. So when I'm not working on these features, I'll just do a short because I'm like, I just got to do something. And keep my name out there and keep reminding people that I could do this. So that's the only reason why. And like I said, we've been talking about doing Grandma's Cookies for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And when the opportunity presented itself, like I said, the industry was slowing down. During the holidays, there's not much filming regardless. So I was like, yeah, let's just do it. Like, let's just make it happen. And it's nice because it's kind of pushed this trajectory of me as a filmmaker this year, which is nice because it's opened up a lot more opportunities because people are looking at it going, oh, actually, you do know what you're doing. Like, let's talk. So it has opened up a lot of doors for me in that sense, which I do like. So I've had a lot more meetings now for features, but like I said, everybody's sort of been like waiting because of the strike and stuff. So I feel very confident the second half of 2024 is going to be a lot better leading into 2025. I have a lot of actor friends that are telling me like they're having more auditions now than they have in the last year, which is good. Right. I do think there's a resurgence in independent film, though, more so than because the studios had to, they were hit the hardest, but they also were the ones that didn't want to agree to anything. They were like, no. And so I've told all my friends this, and I don't know how correct I'll be, but I really feel like the Oscars next year are going to be a lot more independent films than big studio projects because they stopped for 4 or 5 months. Everything just stopped. But independent films were the ones that were the easiest ones to get the waivers for. Right.
Yeah.
So people were like, all right, well, we're just going to make.
if you look on something like DirecTV, not on demand, but DirecTV, their films, I've never
Yeah.
heard of them. I've never seen anything like it. They're
Yeah.
all independent films because they didn't have anywhere else to go. But
Yeah. And they needed content.
and then now the studios think they can make horror films, and they still can't. They put all
Oh,
them
Right.
into them, and they think they
Yeah.
know horror, but apparently they don't, because most of the horror films that they make go right down the tubes after.
Well,
I mean,
that's why
not
things like Terrifier are doing so well.
70s and 80s, all the films were studio films, of course. You know,
Right.
which I think was I think was the best time ever for horror. Because besides The Exorcist, you have the Halloween, you have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you have Friday the 13th. It was just an amazing array of films, the late 70s and 80s. But now the
Yeah.
studios think that they don't need a script; they just need to put Russell Crowe in it or somebody like that. And for a second, I got to tell you, in my opinion, Michael, I know you agree with this. If you haven't got a script, you haven't got a movie. And I don't think if
I
Right.
agree.
put Brad Pitt in it or
I will tell you,
oh,
there
excuse me,
was,
he just went on.
I know, I'm hearing, I was like, oh, there's applause.
Here,
You know, I got to
Carol,
start doing that. When I say something profound, I just got to have applause with me. Just start
Well, I
doing
think
that.
when Eileen says something, there's always going to be applause.
Right. That's so funny. You know, she's not wrong when it comes to the idea of like story. Like, I went and saw A Quiet Place day one with Lupita Nyong'o, and I thought she was brilliant. I thought she was really good, and it was just because I mean, there's a lot of scary jump scares and stuff, and I love the movie, but the
which
story
movie?
was so good. It was a woman, A Quiet Place day one
I
with
didn't see
Lupita
that one.
Nyong'o.
I saw the Emily Blunt ones though.
Right, and so this was like a prequel.
Yep.
But basically, like the movie starts off with her, and I'm not giving anything away. But she's dying of cancer. So
Hmm.
it's like this woman who's like living through this end of the world thing and having to deal with that. And it's like she's so good in the movie,
Who is
right?
it
Like
again?
it's Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, obviously it couldn't be Emily Blunt.
Yeah, she was in. She was also in Us, which was
That was
by
terrific. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So she's
What movie
phenomenal.
was she in? What was she in?
She was in Us by
Oh,
Jordan Peele.
Us. Yeah.
Us, yeah, she's like the main character in Us. She's phenomenal in this movie. And so, but what I was saying is that the story is so good because it's her story. She's very dramatic. Like her role in this is very dramatic, but it's also just a scary movie. Like I really enjoyed it. I think it was. I just wanted to jump on what you're saying about story. At the end of the day, it's like everything has to be a good story, right? That's what people want. If you're
Well,
gonna
that's
check it out
why
of your life,
they keep saying it's the curse of the Exorcist that they can't make another Exorcist film. Guys, they
right?
never have a script. If anybody saw Exorcist the Believer, there's no script. There's
Oh
just
my. Oh, I saw
things
Exorcist
Yeah.
so
Believer and
boring. And you
oh,
don't even explain what happened to girls in the woods, and then they do like a 45-minute exorcism, which is totally stolen from The Exorcist, and well, they had no script. They had no script for Exorcist at the beginning. They had no script for Exorcist the prologue. Someone's got to sit down. And talking about Nancy McLaughlin, Tommy
mhm.
McLaughlin was originally hired to write either Exorcist the beginning or prologue. I don't remember which one came
Oh
out.
wow.
Then they released the movie, and it was such an re-released it, and it was such an incredible hit. They said, "Oh no, nobody knows who Tommy McLaughlin is. We got to get somebody like Paul Schrader, who doesn't know anything about horror or stuff like that." So I reiterate, and
Well, they
Tom wrote,
shoehorned
but
like Ellen Burstyn, I have a lot of respect for her, but they just shoehorned her into that. And it's
oh,
like,
that was a bad joke. I mean, that was bad. And Linda
yeah.
was even worse.
And
I
then
mean,
that whole
how was
comment
that?
about that whole line of dialogue she made about the matriarchy and whatnot, I'm like,
What?
Well, she was talking about she wasn't allowed in the room because
What was like? What the fuck was that? Not what did she
like
say?
it's like totally against what the original film was. So, I don't like what David Gordon Green did with the last Halloween movie. Halloween Ends, and I didn't like what he did with The Exorcist Believer. It's like these studios don't have a clue what they're doing, and
I know it's frustrating.
they need people that know what they're doing, and if they don't smart the hell up, people are gonna go the independent route because they don't have to submit to studios.
Yeah. Is it Mike
Right.
Ferguson? Is he doing the next one?
I don't know, but they had
Oh,
Do I have the name right? I know it's Mike, and it
you
starts with
mean no, Mike Flanagan?
Flanagan. Yeah, Mike Ferguson
Mike
is the
Flanagan, yeah, yeah. He's
and
he's attached to do something I just heard not too long ago.
yeah. So we'll see what
What?
he does with that. Apparently,
Yeah, and he's great.
he has a good
Mhm,
background in
mhm.
films.
Yeah. So,
I'm the only one in the world that didn't like Hell House, but that's just me.
well, not every movie is for everybody, so I get that.
Yeah.
As long as
Anyway,
everybody likes grandma's cookies, that's all that matters to me.
that's right.
What?
We don't care. We don't care about anything else. And let's see what
Right.
kind of awards it wins up in Detroit. For
So,
Yeah, and down in go ahead.
what
and
was
for-
Grandma's cookies? What
because
what are the cookies?
it's very unique. I think. I mean, it's unique. It's not a rip off of something you've seen before or tried to
Right.
better. It's just very unique in 10 minutes.
Hmm.
You
Are you asking what the cookies are in the movie world or in like how we made them?
Oh, what kind of cookies were they?
Oh, I
no,
think
but
technically they were. I think, and except for the body parts, they were chocolate chip. I would think. Definitely, that's what our
Oh,
goal was.
they didn't
Yeah,
have any chips in
but
them. They had dough.
yeah, I
Chips
think it
was
was just. I don't think I remember.
no, there was
That's
no
right. There's sugar cookies
plain
because
sugar
she even
cookie.
says it. She even says they're sugar cookies.
But what I really like about it, and this is I feel is true for all movies, including The Exorcist,
Yeah,
that if you can identify with what's going on in that film, that you either love someone or hate somebody, you just can't
yeah,
be in. Characters have to take on a life that you can identify. And so everybody can identify with grandma and grandma's cookies, or kids
right.
like that. Makes the movie work. And any film that you say. I just believe that's true. You have to
Well,
identify.
what I get a lot, and I don't know, Eileen, if you've been around a lot of people that have watched it, but what I get from people when they watch it, especially at like, especially when because at first we had the first screening of it, we had the Denver premiere at what the heck was that called? Rocky Mountain Nightmares, and everybody's always like, "Oh my god, that was fun! Like it's fun." And because the movie ends, and then like this sweet sort of like Christmas song plays, people go, "Oh, that's what a cute movie," and I'm like, "Right," because it's a movie about a grandma that kills children, but okay, it's cute. But I love that. That's because I think that's what we kind of wanted was a sort of fun little Christmas movie, and so people walk away going, "I think that's the best compliment." People, go, "Wow, that was a fun movie." I love that. It's
Well,
10 minutes, but somehow people feel satisfied.
and people keep saying, Eileen, I'm not eating your cookies
That's
ever.
right. Ever. If Eileen gives you cookies, run for the hills.
We all take a
Um,
workshop. Great and fabulous and famous Sean Cunningham. He of Friday the 13th. Um,
and House.
and
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great workshop. It's writers and directors and producers and actors, and we all get together. And I actually did a couple of scenes from Grandma's Cookies there, and everybody
Yeah.
was invited to comment on it. And so they won't let me
Yeah.
bring cookies to the workshop anymore. We had a
We
screening
did
one.
send them.
I brought cookies, and everybody went, "Really, Eileen?" So don't eat
Yeah,
my
it was, everybody knew it. We finally sent them because they'd seen us workshopping it there. So we sent them the movie and they were all like, so much better than we thought. Like it turned out so well. So that makes me happy because, it's like people were so familiar with the story and then to see it go through this sort of transition into becoming an actual thing. It's always fun to be able to show people that, I think.
It's a difficult scene to workshop because so much of it comes out of the action and with the other actors.
Right.
It's kind of difficult to workshop it, but everybody loved it, and we released it to the workshop. So they just won't let
Yeah.
me put cookies.
No more cookies, I think.
No
You have to
more.
bring
I'll
brownies
eat
or something different.
I'll eat your cookies, Eileen.
So
I know,
listen,
you know,
it's getting to be time to say bye bye. I'm
Why?
go to
Why? You gonna get
enjoy.
another applause?
Well, most of you guys know when I do a convention, I don't bring a whole bunch of photographs. I bring my
yeah.
statues, my book, my scripts, my Pazuzu figures, blah 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 blah. So it takes me a long time to put it together. So I got two
Yeah.
days. I think I got to go out, and I actually lost all my buttons and my greeting cards. I think someone in the hotel stole them. So
Oh.
That's not very nice.
isn't that crazy? Because when I came
Mm.
home from Phoenix, that we did a convention, and I packed up this
Yeah.
whole, and when I came home, and all that stuff was missing, and they were in a separate bag. So,
Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
well, and they're not things
People
I can,
suck.
so that's okay. I
Right.
just
It just sucks that you have to.
Yeah, then they're going to send me more buttons directly to the hotel. And but the thing I really do with my buttons, I don't really sell them. I give them to little kids, and I'll just say to the little kid, "Hey, would you like a button?" And their faces bright up because they obviously never seen the movie, and they go, "Yeah." And I say,
Yeah.
"We have to wear it." So anyway, that's what I'm up to, Michael and Greg. And I know you have a very important phone call in a half an hour.
I
Well,
do
you
have
know
another phone
what?
call, you guys.
I was very happy to have you both on here. It's delighted to meet you, Michael, and stay in
You as
touch.
well.
If
Yeah.
like if you got future projects coming up, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll have gladly have you back on. And Eileen, the
Oh, I would
door's
love that. Yeah.
always open for you. You know that.
Well, hopefully I'll see you at Nightmare again.
I'm
Another
going to reach
call.
out and see what I can do.
I haven't
And
heard yet, so who knows, but it would be fun. And
yeah, well, it was a delight
our
meeting you
timing
at
was
that.
perfect too, because you asked me to be on the show. You said I hadn't done the show for a while, and you
Uh-huh.
said, "Hey, let's talk about Grandma's cookies, and would you like to have the director on?" So that timing was perfect, also. Thank you.
Absolutely. My door is
This
open,
is
so absolutely.
and
Okay.
this is our first podcast together.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, it
Do you,
is.
I'm so excited. I
It's
mean,
our
we've done a lot together.
birthday
This is our first.
podcast.
I know. Hopefully, this is one of many. One of many.
Yep. You just got to figure out our
So
schedules. So
yeah,
Well,
we'll make
you
it.
know
Well,
what?
we're gonna
I
be
could
together all weekend.
there you
uh,
go.
well, I got other stuff to do, Michael.
Well, I do
We'll
too.
be
But I'm saying you'll
together
see me at the
a good part of the
convention,
weekend. Okay.
and then at night, I'm sure we're all gonna go have dinner together. It's all the
Well,
same people that were.
I would hope so.
Yeah, of
Maybe
course.
Felisa. I think we should invite Felisa to come with us.
Felissa, yeah, she'd love that. You know, it was funny because Felissa was in Denver, and she was kind of sad that she wasn't able to make it to the screening because it had premiered while everybody was. And she, you know, she always has a popular table, and so I sent it to her after the movie was done. And she came up to me the next day. She's like, "I love it. This needs to be a feature." And I was like, "All right, well, let's you produce movies. Let's make a way to make it happen." But I mean, like I'm saying, people in the industry plus fans of horror are liking the movie, and I think that just I don't know, it just shows us how much that we put our heart into this project. We did something fun, and I think people are seeing that. So that makes me happy as a
But
director.
most of all, you can do all that. But if you don't have the talented people to put it together from
Right?
everywhere, from the set decoration that was wonderful, of course, to the
Yeah.
editing, incredible, to your direction, to I mean, you have to also get the script. Obvious, this is obvious, but you also have to write the script and then put together. I mean, that's another thing about The Exorcist. The best thing Billy freaking did, in my opinion, is he got together. He just put the best crew together he could on that movie, including editing,
Yeah.
which really made that film. And I mean, that's another thing. If you haven't got a good editor, again, you don't have a good film because I did another film that script was wonderful, and I'm not going to tell you what it was. And I went to see a thing at the oh my God, the editing was awful. Maybe they were trying to make the
Yeah.
movie longer. Maybe they didn't shoot enough stuff. I don't know what it was, but every scene was just endless. So you got to put a good crew, and that comes from you, Michael, to put a good crew together.
Well, also Brantley wrote an amazing script, so there's also. I mean, I want to give Brantley his due.
Yeah,
He
we
wrote a
didn't talk
great script.
Brantley. Yeah.
I know we're not very nice, Brantley. Sorry about that. We love you. You wrote a great script, but I direct a lot of Brantley's
And
films,
when I
and we've
talked
written a
about
bunch of.
script, I was talking about you. I didn't put your name on
Oh,
it. I apologize. It's a
well,
wonderful
you're sweet, but I'll
yeah,
always give Brantley his due. 'Cause,
Chuckles. When are we going to do
yeah.
Chuckles Clown? It's just another script that Brantley wrote.
Oh, Chuckles, I know. Chuckles is gonna be great. It's about a killer clown. We got to do this one.
Clowns are really popular right now.
I know. That's why we're trying to get it made. We're behind the scenes. We're doing a lot. I promise you guys.
That what?
So behind
I'm,
the scenes, we're trying to get a lot done.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot a movie called Clown Motel 3 in
Oh,
August.
nice.
I'm playing Queen of the Clowns, so we need clowns.
Queen of the Clowns.
We need
That's
to
a fun
do.
role.
Hey, I kind of got Grandma's cookies going. Let's see what I can do with Chuckles.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Make stuff happen for me.
Yeah, of course we have
Well,
to.
this was a pleasure.
Well,
What'd you
folks,
say?
I said we
go
have to interview directors.
go
Yes.
see Grandma's cookies and see if Eileen has baked any for you.
Yes.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I went away for a second. Grandma's cookies and Eileen, what?
Might have
If she's
baked
baked
some for
anything.
you.
Oh, some cookies. Yeah, we'll have a mail order.
There you go. There you go.
Yes. I love it. How exciting.
I bet Felissa Rose would like some of Grandma's cookies.
I'll bring her some.
She might.
She'll be in Detroit, so I'll bring her some for the show.
I got to get
Yes,
her on the
perfect.
show here. I've met her a couple
Actually,
times.
you know,
She's just a
Greg, that's
delight.
such a funny idea. Maybe I should just make a whole batch of cookies and put them on my table,
There
and
you go.
There you
I love
go.
that.
or put them after the screening on the table or something like that. That
That's not a
would
bad
be.
idea.
I have
There you
time to
go.
do that.
Watch
If I
Michael eat them all.
Yeah, but I have to find I have to find things to put in the cookies. I have some
Yes.
ideas.
That's something we'll have to figure that out. But we'll do
Okay.
it out. We'll do that off the air. So
On that note, Michael,
thank you
I
so
wish
much, Greg.
you
This was
the
amazing.
God
Greg.
bless both of you. Folks, go see Grandma's Cookies, starring Eileen Dietz and directed by Michael Coulombe.
You got
Coulombe.
Coulombe. My apologies. I've never seen that before, so
I know it's very French. It's
yeah.
okay. I love it. I
Yep.
identify with it. So
Well, there you go. Well, you two, best of luck. And like I
thank you
said, that you
very much.
guys ever have anything to promote, you know where to reach out to. Absolutely.
Definitely.
The door is open. Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, we'll keep in touch.
I
Absolutely.
just finished shooting a film called Return to Fear, so I might take you up on that.
There you go.
Well,
Absolutely. You
and
do
I'll
that.
see you in 2
I'll
days,
see you
Eileen, in a
soon,
different
Michael.
state.
Greg, hopefully I'll
See you
see you
soon.
Niagara Falls, Canada side.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.